And going up against this gentleman at the Panas Malaysia Open 2025, the Pro Men's Doubles Final. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Vanchi Kapadia and Harsh Mehta. Your match official for this evening will be Howard, and your commentators will be Sage and Caitlin. Over to both of your ladies.
Match starts in 3 minutes. Harsh and Zach. One minute. "15 seconds. Serving team from my right. Here we go. Here we go. Game one. Time in. 0-0-2. Side out. Zero, zero, one. Second serve. Zero, zero, two. Side out. Zero, zero, one.
Oh, it's all fire here, and we would expect nothing less here in the men's doubles finals here, Panas Malaysia Open. Welcome, pickleball fans. I'm Sanj Carter, joined here with Katie Hart. Katie, thanks for joining us.
I'm happy to be here, ready for a good men's final, hopefully.
The semi-finals, anything to go by both semis. We are going to be in for a very long match and a very good match.
Yes, that's what we want, though.
Point.
Zach and Vanchik both in their third match of the day.
Yeah, that is correct. Vanchik is on a triple crown. He's won the mixed doubles a little bit earlier on.
1-0-2.
Singles gold medal match later on, but he's going to have to get through the mighty wall of George and Zach Grabovic.
2-0-2. Point.
Wow.
Three, zero, two. Point.
Just a few too many unforced errors from the Aussie boys so far. Probably want to keep it a little closer to start the game.
4-0-2. Side out.
Yeah, all four boys very happy to get into that dinking pattern, but also very, very capable to pull the trigger as well.
0-4-1. Second serve.
Two lefty-righty combos on the court. Not often we see that in the finals, but nice to see the lefties represented out here as one myself.
0-4-2.
You're definitely part of the almost captain of Team Lefty, I think, Katie.
Lefty Nation.
Side out.
So I guess for these two teams, as you said, both seeing the same combination on the opposite side of the net, how does that sort of help or
4-0-1.
hinder their strategy when they're going into a match like this?
If I was saying if there was one lefty-righty team, I'd always say there's a hinder because it's just something different. But both teams are at the disadvantage of, hey, it's not often we play lefty-righty teams, especially if you're the lefty-righty team.
5-0-1.
Not often we go against other lefty-righty teams, so it's probably a different face to both these boys, what they're used to. Even like both the semis didn't have
Second
this,
serve.
so it opens up different patterns for sure. But you know, like each player will be on the same side practically most of the game, which you don't get with righty-righty pairs.
True.
Point.
Maybe a bad bounce there for Zach Grabovic on those lines. They can be a little bit skitty at times.
You here on 6, yep. 6-0-2.
Oh,
Side out.
some heat coming off Zach there.
Zero, 6-1. Second serve. Zero, 6-2.
Not the start the Aussie boys wanted, that's for sure, but
6-0-1.
anything can happen still.
Point. Timeout receiver, 7-0-1.
Timeout call.
1 minute.
Yeah, absolutely. 7-0 scoreline is not what you want to see here, coming straight up in your face. So yeah, good time out there from the guys. Again, playing best 2 of 3 here in the men's final. 2 timeouts per game, so opportunities here to get back in. And look, I know George, one of the master tacticians, he won't be too phased about this start. He's very willing to work his way out over 3 games if need be. Never one to rush things.
Yeah, sometimes it's just about getting used to what's happening on the other side. They're going to be a very different team than who the Aussie boys played the other Aussie team in the semi, and they would have played a very different game to what Harsh and Manchester are going to play out here. It's going to be a lot faster, I think, and it's also cooled down out here, so that can affect like the ball temp and the speed and
15
things
seconds.
like that. So
server, 2 timeouts remaining. Receiver, 1 timeout.
Just got to adapt a little and give himself a break here at this timeout.
Yeah, and I think often that's the thing, you just need that
Let's go, gentlemen.
5 or 10 minutes just to get you feel your way, figure out what your opponent's doing. George, I know he'll be then forming his game plan and say, what do we need to do now? We've seen what they've got. Now let's start to work our way into this match.
100%, as long as they can keep their heads nice and calm now and
7.
not be too hindered by the 0-7.
Yes, sir. Time in. 7-0-1. Point. Eight, 0-1. Second serve.
Besides that ball, Vanchik and Harsh haven't given away any free unforced errors at this level, which is so important. And that just makes a big difference at the start of the game that is showing a level of confidence.
8-0-2.
I think it's rattled the Aussie boys a little.
Yeah,
Side
I'm
out.
just drifting wide there off that backhand flick from Harsh Mehta. I think the boys are going to go out. They're going to come back through the entrance, start again.
Yeah, reset.
Maybe
There's a full
adapt to just a
reset.
different person owner as they come back out. Hey, anything sometimes, Katie,
0-8-1.
just to break that mental shift.
Sometimes you just gotta laugh it off when you have a start like this, I believe. Crack a smile and pretend like it's zeros.
Second serve.
And to be honest, it's game one. You're playing best of 3 percentage. Doesn't matter. Points don't matter. It's just who gets there in the very
0-8-2.
end.
It's whoever wins the last point. Doesn't matter who wins the first 8. Points from the Aussie boys there. Super solid.
There we go. And that's always a bit of a relief, Katie, getting that first point on the board.
Yeah, whenever you're stuck on a number and you get that one that breaks you off a
1-8-2.
bit, oh, you like have a little celebration in your brain.
A celebration in your brain.
Side out.
Tough there, George Wall having to cover the whole court.
And there's so much court you can cover as a team, let alone by yourself. But I did like the move by Zach. If you're going to make that move, you got to put it away against a team like this.
And just showing something different too
8-1-1.
early on, trying to break some momentum, show something different to the boys up the close end of broadcast. Yeah, good
Second
lead, George
serve.
Wall.
Eight, 1-2.
Ooh,
Side out.
big miss there by Vanchik. But I guess when you're 8-1 up, you got money to spend.
1-8-1. Point. Two, 8-1.
Yeah, that's a good ball. Right
Second
at the
serve.
feet.
Yeah, the feet right in behind him too. Pretty tough as a lefty there.
If it comes over, it's come back up. And
2-8-2.
just going to put that ball away. So
Great
Point.
handle there from George Wall. The net bobble, but still able to put that back. Again, now we've got 3 points, so starting to get a little bit of momentum here.
a little bit of rhythm, showing that they're not fully out of this.
3-8-2. Side out. Eight, 3-1. Second
Zach's just
serve.
got so much power up there. Once you get it to him up high on his forehand, that ball is not coming back off him.
8-3-2. Point. Nine, 3-2. Point.
I wouldn't mind seeing George change up his deeping spots a bit more. I know
Timeout
he's
receiver,
maybe
10-3-2.
found a
1
spot
minute.
there, but it's not working right now.
There you go. Maybe you can send a little audio down to him, Katie, or maybe just your
Commentator's
telepathy.
curse will always come through.
No, so great to see the boys actually take that time out. Take a look at that last point. Yeah, you can see that one just sitting up a little bit too much there for Vanchik.
Yeah. And Vanchik just has so much power behind him that if it sits up, you're screwed.
He's acted well to defend 1 and 2, but couldn't get the third.
nice to see a
15
crowd out there
seconds,
tonight,
servers,
'cause it
2
is starting
timeouts
to get late
remaining.
here, and lots of
Receivers,
people
no
have been
timeouts.
watching all day in the heat, so we had a bigger crowd earlier, but it's still good to see some people powering through.
Absolute dedicated fans. You said, Katie, this is the third of our championship matches. We had 5 semi-finals that were all epics this morning. So and we've still got 2 finals to go after this. We'll be rolling in with our ladies singles, followed up by last match of the day, which will be our men's singles final.
No.
Ivanchik
No.
going
Over here
through
on
his
10.
little routine, making sure he gets the love from the court and his
Time
partner.
in.
Here we go, game point
10,
number
3,
1.
2. Left. 10, 3, 2.
Let's serve, so we'll replay that.
Point, game, 11-3. Timeout change ends.
Yeah, I've got Zach a couple of times on
2
that
minutes.
backhand exchange, lefty v lefty. That'll give them game number 1 in the bag. Boys will take a little rest, so will we.
They've got 2 minutes to think of a new game plan.
This is good. It's taking me away to the F1. It was 11 or 10. My time zone's like all the confused me. Last night, we were waiting for the bloody schedule for so long. I was able to watch someone qualifying. I was like, that's so rare. It's 10. That's not bad. 10 to 12? I'd be awake for that. For what? I saw that. I saw the minor league.
15 seconds.
Well, we just get off the court. Yeah.
Game 2. Time in. 0-0-2. Side out.
Yeah, so when everyone was like, you went at your presentation, I was like, what? What presentation?
0-0-1.
Yeah, we were sitting out there with fans. I was so excited. People asked me inside their shirt.
Point. One zero one.
We playing.
Second serve. One zero two. Side out. 0-1-1. Second serve. Zero, 1-2. Point. One, 1-2. Point. Two, 1-2. Side out. One, 2-1. Point. Two, 2-1.
Much better
Second
stuff
serve.
from the boys here. That's what we want to see for them. Some confidence showing in them now in their posture and the way they're showing themselves on court.
I was going to say, George, just pretty springy there. I like that. Just
2,
showing
2,
that
2.
energy, trying to build energy and get it too.
Oh yeah, they've come out with the
Side out.
power of this set. I would love to see it go to a third, some competition.
Two, 2-1.
Ooh,
Second serve.
I believe we call that a bag. I'm not too sure Zach will be happy with that.
2,
Yeah,
2,
Haas
2.
is happy. Oh yeah, that's what we like to see.
That's going to lift Grabovic there, getting big through the middle.
Yeah, Grabovic is just going to have to find anything to give him that energy, that pump. He's played a lot of matches today
3-2-2.
in the heat.
As you say, Kate, it's almost going to have to be on adrenaline. Like, it's not going to have too many energy reserves to try and draw from. So a couple of big plays, confident plays. And George Wall doing that.
Point.
That's a confident move from George, and that's what we like to see.
4-2-2.
in matches like this. They need that confidence. Show the boys that they're here to still play. Few good pickups.
Side out.
But firepower from the other team, just too good.
Two, 4-1. Point.
no go zone there for Harsh. If you pop it up to his backhand, he will put it away. So Zach just got to find a different spot.
3-4-1.
Move it around, do anything to just not really be in that zone.
Point. Four, 4-1.
They draw back level here in game 2.
Point.
I like that point construction there though from George and
Timeout
Zach.
receiver, 5-4-1.
Yeah, they're getting the balls they
1
want.
minute.
They're just, missing those final things. It's little margins you're playing with out here. There's not much free space. And Vanchik and Harsh have had great hands so far. And you just sort of go bigger and bigger until you miss, where they just probably have to stay a little more patient.
Yeah, and good timeout straight away. They weren't going to let that gap open up. As soon as Vanchik and Harsh had grabbed that point number 5, taking the lead, like, no, let's stop it right now.
$15 seconds. Server, 2 timeouts remaining. Receiver, 1 timeout. On 5. 5. Yes, sir. Time in. 5-4-1. Point.
And point straight out of the timeout there from
6-4-1.
Vanchik.
Point.
The Aussie boys just got to find something else in the tank now. They just really got to dig deep. No quick points. You're going to have to grind with these guys. It's a high-level match. Like, you can't be throwing around 3 points anymore.
7-4-1. Point. Eight, 4-1. Second serve.
Big hit from Zach, but gutsy in on that angle.
That's something I think
8-4-2.
those boys have been real good at resetting, and it'll be interesting now if they can get the serve back, the Aussie boys, what they do a little bit differently maybe. They've all played each other plenty of times. Harsh and Vanchik have come to Oz. They've both been involved in LP Australia. Like,
Side out.
George should be able to find a way around this now. I don't think they're out of this match.
Nah, and good lead there. Just dodges out of the way of that one. Gets a stop.
4-8-1.
Time now for the Aussies.
Second serve.
Again, putting on that backhand side where Harsh is so comfortable. You mentioned earlier, Katie.
Yeah, his counter on his backhand is one of the
4-8-2.
It's just what he does well.
Side out.
And that's the ball that we can't be having at this level,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
frustration there from Grabovic.
Then Chicken Harsh have probably barely missed a third, so You want to be on that same playing field, it's just cleaning up those little areas.
8-4-1. Second serve.
Good hands from Harsh, but
And the first was sort of frustration there from Banchik, so George will notice that. See, they might play a little more ball to him
8-4-2.
now.
Point.
oh,
I saw it on the outside of the line. Side out.
overruled line call by the ref there. That's got to play in your mind a little. You never need to
4-8-1.
make a bad line call, and when a ref overrules it, definitely plays in your brain a little.
Point. Five, 8-1. Second serve.
Oh, it's got a little bit twisted up there. But again, just close that gap a little bit. We're at 5-8 now.
5-8-2. Point.
Unusual miss there for Banchik. He's usually very strong off that back.
6-8-2. Side out.
That's a good ball.
Eight, 6-1. Point. Timeout receiver, 9-6-1. 1 minute.
Another timeout for the Aussie boys. Good timing. Sometimes you just need to catch a breather out here.
Fifteen seconds. Servers, 2 timeouts remaining. Receivers, no timeouts. On 9. On
What
9,
can the
yes,
Aussies
sir.
do here? 6-9 down. Still in touch
Time in.
here, Katie, but really have to go
9-6-1.
now.
Yeah, there's no more time for messing around, but they're only within 3 points. It's just...
Point.
Wow, that's a great lead by Banchik. That's, yeah, that could be the best lead of the tournament. That's amazing. You can only do so much when the Indian pair are playing so
10-6-1.
well as a team.
I'll recall.
Honestly, they look in sync on the court.
10-6-1. I'm going to recall. 10-6-1. Point, game match, 11-6.
There we have it. The Indian pair win. Banchik on his way to a triple crown.
That's
2
it.
down, 1 to go.
Champions, men's doubles finals here at the Panas Malaysia Open is Banchik, Kapadia and Harsh Mehta in 2 over the Aussies, Grabovic and Wall. Exceptional performance from the 2 lads. And here we see a score recap here. 11-3, 11-6.
They were just honestly too solid. They were a solid pair. They played well together. They played well together all tournament. I think they've been pretty untouchable all tournament. Not much you can do there.
Absolutely. So let's take a look at some of the highlights.